Hey, this is the Daily Overpass. My name is Eric and I make apps. Now today, let's talk about when you have to give bad news to clients. Alright, so today I'm coming to you wearing a suit again because I had a client meeting earlier today and I was going to do the video outside. I tried to do them outside as much as possible, but because it's getting dark so early now, I wasn't able to make the light. So I'm doing it from the office again. Sorry about that. So anyway, I had a client meeting today and it was not the kind that I like. So you have lots of client meetings. You have the initial sales meeting where you get together and talk about the project. You got the requirements gathering. You've got the progress reports, everything. This was a bad news meeting. This was a meeting where I had to go and tell the client that their project was running late, right? So we had some problems that we didn't anticipate when we did the milestones, and I had to go in and say, I'm sorry things are running late and all this kind of stuff, which is bad news. And I hate giving bad news because projects run late for lots of different reasons. It could be a developer was ill. It could be we have server problems. Maybe we have a bug that we just took a lot longer to figure out, or maybe a developer didn't quite understand the requirements as clearly as they should. Maybe there's communication problems or whatever. You know, things go wrong all the time, but as the planner, you try to add enough time onto that, enough buffer onto those times so that you could handle anything you have to. So when you get those deliverables, the deliverables can be done on time, right? And so there's lots of different reasons why it could happen, but ultimately the responsibility for all of it is down to me. Now, if I was a developer, it would be much easier. I'd just say, I'll just pull an all-nighter and finish it. But it's lots of different developers working on stuff. It's a larger project, so that wasn't that easy. And I just had to go in and say, we need a bit more time. And I didn't want to give the bad news. Now, I don't know if you're anything like me, but I was like dreading this meeting. I was literally driving to this meeting thinking, if I ever have a heart attack and die in my lifetime, now would be a good time because then I don't have to have this meeting, right? I don't want to have this uncomfortable meeting. And it was in my head. I was just like making it out to be worse than it was going to be and everything like that. I had trouble sleeping last night, all this kind of stuff. And actually the meeting went fine. It was fine. I just talked about everything that we had accomplished and the little bit that still needed to be done that we're still having trouble with. And everybody was fine with it because ultimately they want the project to be done. The developers want the project to be done. I want the project to be done. Everybody does. We're all on the same page, and these kind of situations come up, right? Unfortunately. So when I go into these kind of meetings, like once I calm down and realize that nobody was going to fight me or kill me or anything like that, maybe a little bit of shouting I was anticipating, but that would be the worst of it. Once I calm myself down, I started thinking about when developers come to me with these kind of issues, and I've had this over the years. I've had developers come to me saying, well, you know, oh, we're not done yet, or we're late, or whatever. And the questions I always have are why. I kind of want to know why, even though it's not that important. I want to know how much longer it's going to be, and are you confident on your new time scale? So if you say you need 2 more weeks, are you confident that you get it done in those 2 weeks? And the third one, is this going to cost me anything? So those are the 3 things I want to know. So going into the meeting, I have to think, any of these questions come up, I need to know the answers to these. So I can't just go in and say, they say, how much more time do you need? I can't say, I don't know. And I've had developers tell me that, and it is infuriating. So if everybody's on the same page, everybody has the same goal of getting the app published or getting the app completed, then you know nobody's going to shout at anybody. Maybe a little bit frustration, and also to let them know as soon as possible. So like the deadline is not today. And I've had developers tell me the project was running late on the day. In fact, that happens a lot because they don't want to give me the bad news. And one of the things I have to do is react. Like if somebody does give me bad news, like a developer does give me bad news, I need to take a deep breath and say, okay, how much longer is it going to be? Rather than get upset, which is the first instinct. And because if you keep getting upset when developers give you bad news, then they're not going to give you bad news anymore. They're going to wait until the last possible moment. So that was another thing, giving them the bad advice, the bad news as early as possible. But it's over with now. We got a bit of extra time, which is good. You know, it's we'll get this thing done, wrapped up. Everybody's on the same page. We're all a team, clients, developers, me, we're all in the same team. pushing this project forward, and we're going to get this thing done really soon. But God, I dreaded this meeting, and I'm so relieved. I feel like a huge weight has been lifted off my shoulders now that we've gone through it. Now that the air is cleared, now everybody knows what's going on, and whew. So anyway, my question to you is, have you ever been in this kind of situation where you've dreaded having that meeting with a client or with your boss? Like you have to give them some bad news that things are running late, and you're not sure how they're going to react, and you're like, God, I really don't want to do this because it reflects badly on me, or they're going to be really upset or anything like that. Have you ever been in that kind of situation? Please put it in the comments. Anyway, and that's it for today. Hey, I'll talk to you guys again tomorrow.